One love, family, wholeness and balance. Jesse Tree here, wishing you a miraculous rising. Getting some sacred sun gazing going on here. Giving thanks for life. And want to express some of my thoughts and some commitments. And been studying my favorite Buddhist Milarepa. I want to share this idea of the two-in-one flavor, that samsara and nirvana are the same thing, and it's our attachment that keeps us from the realization of nirvana. That right now in the world there's so much pain, the ecology, people in separation consciousness, people putting their consciousness forward or in the past, and realizing that if we want contentment, we have to be content in this moment, and that there are certain circumstances and forces that from our own inner life that is a part of that understanding and realization of contentment, that we are perfect beings in a perfect world, that we must, to experience that, release our attachments. Thinking about our attachments to this social structure, and it's something we've all grown up in, and it's very contrived, and it's really harming and creating suffering for all the beings on this planet. And it's this human grasping at pleasure, when pleasure and pain are part of the same aspect that must be accepted for you to be content, to liberate oneself from suffering and other beings from suffering. And makes me think of Taoism too, that there's the way of nature, the way of the cosmos, that is perfect, and this perfection that we all share, that you and I are perfect, the world is perfect. Understanding this through the Breatharian path, that you're endowed with everything you need. Every human being has infinite inner resources, part of this infinity of creation that we are just an extension of. And that to realize that experience, we have to go with the way of nature. And this way, this sense of separation that is, sort of inseminated into us through these social constructs, through buildings, telephones, etc. Like this phone that I'm connecting with you now, I'm grateful for, because I've been able to extend and meet greater community. But we could actually, if we tap into ourselves at a greater level, have just as much connection or more, and meet in other realms of thought, or just be, through our connection with ourselves and nature, in more of an experiential flow of that connection. And I want to urge people to, and I have this great commitment myself, or I wouldn't urge you to really tap into your own inner being and liberate yourself. And we all love ourselves and other beings in this world. Do everything we can to relieve the suffering in the world, our own suffering, and then others, because we're mirrors. So if I'm suffering with some thought form of lack, or sadness about the past, or worry about the future, then I'm creating that in the world. So, as quantum generators, we must take on the responsibility of control of our own inner mind. And if we ever want contentment, we have to realize it right in the now. You always want to grow in self-development, but that is a natural unfolding. It just like a flower. I think of Wu Wei. We don't actually have to try. You only have to. The only exertion comes from, which is necessary, is to grow in a greater way to your own true heart's desires. The other thing I see about this with respect to the way is, the controllers, as it were, I think, have attacked our breath through the scamdemic, through, right now we have forest fires in New Mexico. Here we also have been putting out all this pollution into the air, into the water. And this is not conducive to an abundant, fulfilling, contented life in this perfect realm. And I want to urge everybody to garden one another and the planet itself physically. That's why I'm so committed to Purium, natural health, fasting, sun gazing, grounding, and sharing the message of those things. I want to help people juice and cleanse, and really, especially in this time, it's very much a time for it in the stars right now, astrologically. And to enjoy this body, this life, this earth, and to appreciate it for the magical blessing that it is. So, I think we're going to need, as a matter of international security, international freedom, is we're going to physically need to garden the planet back into health and ourselves, and grow in this inner sense at the same time. That all of that is conducive to, it's more natural for us to nurture than it is for us to destroy. There's a pain of separation from destruction, and there is a reunification with nurturing and caring for life. So I think everybody is feeling this from the inside out, but we are the ones that came to make a change in this time, to be the change we want to see in the world. And I would like to see more kindness, freedom, gentleness, more trees, more clean air, and rivers and streams. And so that's my commitment to this world, and I will not stop. I will only work consistently, constantly towards this goal of my own liberation and the caring of the other beings, you all. I care for you. If I can help you, with a cleanse or a garden or in any way, shape, or form, I want to offer that now and always, because this is a heaven realm, and we've all been inculcated into, lack consciousness and fear and separation consciousness that we must now dissolve. And it takes courage, and it takes, some effort. So, anyway, I hope you got something out of this, family. Sending you lots and love and light today. Let's garden this perfect world. Let's take on that role of loving, compassionate, kind beings. It is our true essence, our heart essence. And realize the love that we can have for one another, the plants, the animals, and the stars, and the sun. It's a magical world, people. Have a beautiful day.